Hello students, welcome to Revised You, the learning platform. So in the previous video lecture, we have seen that what is electric flux, right? We have seen its definition, that what is flux and why have we related it with something known as electric, right? So electric flux actually represents the amount of your electric lines of force which are crossing the area, and we have also defined a formula for the same, right? And we have got the result as that phi, which is defined as an electric flux, which is defined as what? It is actually E times of your projection of area, which is normal to your electric field, right? This is what we got through this particular formula over here. Now in today's video lecture, what we are going to do is we are going to talk about some special cases. So we have some special cases of this thing known as electric flux. So let's just see the special cases of this electric flux. So what we have over here is the very first case. So first of all, let's just write down the formula. Phi is equal to E delta S cos theta, which can also be written as your E dot product of your delta S, right? This is what we can say. Now when we talk about the special cases over here, first of all, just let us understand that this formula is written as this, right? Where component E, this vector E, is along normal to the area element times the magnitude of the area element. This is what this formula defines it as, right? So when we have the very first case over here. So when your electric field, right? When your electric field is normal to the area, it is normal to your area element, then what is happening? At that particular time, your theta value is equal to 0, right? Your theta is equal to 90 degree, right? You have some value of your theta known as 90 degree because it is normal to the area element. Fine. For example, if just suppose that this is your area, so it's just going like this, right? So what is happening? Let's assume this to be the electric field, this to be the area delta S. It's now what? It is at some angle, and this angle is what? It is 90 degree. So when the theta is 90 degree, at that particular time, the value of your cos 90 degree is what? Cos 90 degree is equal to 0, right? So cos 90 degree, if it's equal to 0, then what is going to happen? Your phi will be 0. And when phi is 0, so what is going to happen? There is no electric flux which is crossing your surface, right? So for this thing, we can write this as phi equal to 0. And now you have a subpart of this. If your angle is less than 90 degree, right? Now your angle is less than 90 degree. So what is going to happen? Your phi value will be in negative, right? You will have negative values of your electric flux. So this is your first scenario, right? You have this first and second scenario over here, right? So you have when your theta is 90 degrees, so cos 90 is 0, so you will have electric flux 0. The second is when your theta is greater than 90 degree, then what's going to happen? Your value for phi will be negative, since your cos greater than, for values of theta greater than 90 degree, that is negative. That is why this case arises. Whereas you have a third case where if your value of theta is 0, right? Now you have no angle between the two. What's going to happen then? Your phi will be maximum. Means you are not talking about any component of E, right? You are just completely talking about E. So what is happening? Phi is maximum when you are talking about theta which is equal to 0. Phi is minimum when you are talking about your theta greater than 90 degree, right? Since it's a negative value over here. Here you have a positive value. And phi is equal to 0 when you are talking about your theta equal to 90 degree. So what we are going to do is we are just going to make a table over here, right? Let's just write the cases below, value of theta and the corresponding value of your phi. So we can write this in a tabular form so that we get it as clear quantities in front of us, right? So first of all, let's just write down the formula. Phi, your electric flux, is equal to E dot delta S, or E delta S cos of theta. So everything is dependent upon the value of E delta S and theta plays a major role over here. So we have discussed about case number 1, where your theta is equal to 0. When theta is 0, you will have phi as max, because your cos theta value, cos 0 degree, is 1, right? So it will be directly equal to your E into your delta S value. Fine. So this is what you will have. Whereas when you talk about the second scenario, now when your theta is 90 degree, right, it's falling perpendicular to the surface of your area element that we have considered. Then what will happen? You will have phi as 0. Why? Because cos 90 degree is 0 and phi is what? It is this value. So E into delta S into the cos theta, which is 0, is going to be a 0 value. And the third case that we talked about is theta when it is greater than 90 degree. For all the values of theta greater than 90 degree, what you have is, you have cos value as, cos for theta greater than 90 degree is always negative, right? So phi over here will be a maximum, a minimum value. It will a negative value, right? It will be a negative value. So here you have a positive value, here you have a 0 value, and here you have a negative value, right? And phi is a scalar quantity, right? Phi is a scalar quantity. It just has magnitude, that means a value. It does not have any directions. Fine. So this is what is known as your electric flux, and electric flux for the entire element is defined as, to get the total flux, right? Total flux is the sum of all the small phi's due to, because what we have talked about is, we have talked about small area elements which are delta S, right? So for small area elements delta S, what we are supposed to do is, we are going to find small electric flux, which is phi. So for the entire body, what is going to happen? This flux is defined as summation of all the small fluxes. This is the entire flux. Or you can also use the concept of your integration, right? We can also use the concept of your integration, where you do what? You integrate the entire body, right? So we can also write it as this, or the closed integral of ds cos theta. And always remember, phi is a scalar quantity, right? So this is what we had discussed today, the electric flux special cases. We have tabulated it. We have read that phi is a scalar quantity, and then we have also found out the total flux is actually the summation of the individual fluxes by small element delta S, or simply the integration of your small elements, right? So I hope that this concept is clear to you. Thank you and have a nice day.